Hello, healthy people. Elmira, again, your licensed massage therapist, assisting you with becoming a self-care boss. Want to chat real quick about a thought I had earlier today. The fact that most statistics that you hear are lies. Here's why. The statistics are reported to give you a false reality, or they're reported to promote a particular idea or statement that, let's say, an advertiser, a person, a group, a political party has that they want you to support. One statistic I'm going to give you. People say, 50% of marriages end in divorce. Nobody ever talks about the 50% of marriages that are successful. Or you really have to analyze and dive deep into these statistics as well. Nobody says when those 50% of marriages end or what caused them to end. Because just because they ended in divorce, it could have been divorce after 13 years and the marriage had just run its course. It could be divorce after 1 year because of adultery and da 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 da. When you start paying attention to statistics and don't evaluate or analyze the other side of those facts or those numbers, you will start believing the statement 50% of marriages end in divorce. You're thinking, you're thinking, hey, my marriage is going to end in divorce. You're not thinking my marriage is going to end solidly. Our marriage is going to truly be till death do us part. Another thing, people say, 70% of black, quote unquote, black. I don't even use that term anymore because I believe it does not describe what it's intended to describe, and it's so arbitrary. But the statistics is used nonetheless. Black households are led by a single mother or something like that. How do you know that? Did they address and interview every household? They don't know that. Stop believing everything you hear on the radio, everything you read in an article, everything you see in a newspaper, a publication, a blog, or that you hear from somebody on Facebook or wherever it may be. Those statistics are intended to get into your head. I call them mind control. They are there to lessen the way that you care for yourself. One of the only statistics you need to be concerned about is how you relate to these things. Let's go back to the one I stated before. 50% of marriages end in divorce. What are you doing to make your marriage successful? What are you doing to help other people have a flourishing marriage? Those are things that you should be thinking about, not just the statistics that the news wants to report. Come on now, stop paying attention to statistics. If you have to be smart, you have to be intelligent, you have to read between the lines of what people are saying and what they want you to do, because those stats are used to make you go, to make you think in a certain way on the path of health. You could, hear all these reports. You're more likely to get high blood pressure or have a heart attack or this or that and the other. If you stay honed in and thinking about that particular fact every day, yes, you're going to start suffering from heart disease or whatever else your thoughts are. Your thoughts precede an actual reality. Stop thinking about these statistics and you will not become one. Come on now, create your own reality. And that's kind of my thing. I wanted to give you my thoughts on that. You all chime in as well. Let me know. What do you think about statistics? What's a statistic that you've heard for years or months or centuries or decades, and you're like, that's not true? I know so many people that fall outside of what they're saying, the 50%, the 25%, the 33%, the 75%, the 80%. They say this about businesses too, with me being a business owner. This many businesses fail in the first 5 years. Why do they keep telling you that? They keep telling you that because they want you to fail. You should be thinking, they don't tell you about the other percentage that are a success. You need to be in that number. Be the one that succeeds. And also, another thing to remember about statistics is, when were these statistics taken? If we're reporting on stats from 1976, are they relevant in 2018, 2025, what have you? Are these stats from Cincinnati, or do they relate to Australia or Ghana or Virginia or Greenland? Come on now. Don't just believe everything you hear that's stated as a fact, because it is not. Only you can determine the truth. Until next time, you make it a relaxing day and be a self-care boss. Bye.